All systems go. Clear for takeoff.
What is up, everybody? Big Marley 3 from SHIPIT Nation here to break down the Week 5 NFL Primetime Slate for you guys. Before I get into that, I want to mention that we have a 5-day trial over at SHIPITNation.com for only $19. You get to test out everything we have to offer except for our Discord. And if you go sign up right now, you can get in on the MMA action tonight before all these NFL games start tomorrow. Once you sign up, you will receive access to this 4-hour educational video from our guys Hoop and Tambo. They're two of the best in the industry, and they're giving away all their secrets in this 4-hour video. Hoop talks about winning the Millie Maker last year, and Tambo crushes qualifiers and live finals, so he talks about his strategies for those, along with a bunch of other great information to help you guys become better DFS players. Also, this show is sponsored by Drafters. I built 150 best ball teams on Drafters this year, and it was an awesome site to draft on. They also have weekly pick'em contests available for each sport. Go over there, sign up with promo code SHIPIT, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. They also have NBA best ball contests out that you guys can start drafting in right now. All right, let's get into this 2-game slate. Our Sunday night game is going to be the game of the week and probably our best game so far this season. We have 2 of the 3 best NFC teams facing off, and the 49ers are 3.5-point home favorites with a 45.5-point game total. This is the game I want most pieces from, and there are lots of ways we can mix in different combinations. We have two of the best running backs in the league in this game, with Christian McCaffrey, who is just a fantasy freak, averaging over 32 DraftKings points per game. And he's coming off a 4-touchdown game. He had 20 carries in that last game, but he also had 8 receiving targets. He's going to be my favorite play on the slate if I can afford him at 8.6K. It's a tough matchup, but I'm still going to try and get up to him because he's such a key piece to this offense, and he's just so good. And then we also have Tony Pollard in this game for $1,600 less. He has also had an 8-target game this season, and we can really stack either of these running backs with the quarterback on their team. And then we have at quarterback, we have Dak Prescott, who I like stacked with at least 2 of his pass catchers this week. CeeDee Lamb is going to be the top target at $7,100, but he also has 3 cheap players that I'm interested in. We have Brandon Cooks down here at 4.6K. He has big speed, slate breaking ability if he can break loose, and I feel like he's going to have a big game soon. And then Michael Gallup is only 3.4K. He has had 13 targets the last 2 weeks, and he's turned that into 152 receiving yards. And then they have Jake Ferguson at tight end. He's also only 3.4K, and he has seen 7 targets in 3 of the 4 games so far this season. The Niners only have 3 pass catchers that I want exposure to this week. We have Deebo Samuel, who put up a 0 last week, but he did average 25 DraftKings points the 2 weeks before that. And then Brandon Ayuk had a big game last week. He had 148 receiving yards, and then he also had 129 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in week 1. I like him stacked with Purdy quite a bit this week. And then George Kittle is going to be the best tight end on the slate at 4.6K, and I don't think his ownership will get out of control because he really hasn't done a whole lot yet this season. I do think he's another guy who's in for a big game soon, and this is going to be a game I want to stack up lots of different ways. But not only do I love this game, the field is going to love it as well. So we can get different by going to the other game. Our Monday night game is only projected for 1 less point. We have a 44.5-point game total in this one. The Packers are 1-point road favorites. Jordan Love has looked really good so far this season, and he's coming off his worst fantasy game of the season, and he still scored 19.64 DraftKings points. He also has the easiest defensive matchup on this short slate. He should have Christian Watson back at wide receiver. He's only 5.7K with big play ability. And then Romeo Doubs has had 25 targets the last 2 games. He's probably my favorite Packer to target this week personally. But I also like Luke Musgrave, who is the rookie tight end. He's only 3.3K. He's practiced this week. He's coming off a concussion, so I'm guessing he will be in there. I like mixing him in for cheap, and hopefully that helps me pay up for Christian McCaffrey, who I really do want exposure to this week. And then on the other side of the ball, or no, I guess we do have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon at running back for the Packers, but I really don't see me targeting these guys. I'll probably just pay up for these top 3 options instead, and then look to pay down at wide receiver and tight end instead. On the Raiders side of the ball, they only have 4 guys that are going to make my player pool. We have Jimmy G, who is back from concussion this week, and he only has eyes for 2 wide receivers. That is Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. Adams did get banged up last week with a shoulder injury, so that kind of worries me a little bit. Maybe I'd rather just pay down for 5,100 and get Jacoby Myers in there instead. But I am fine using both of them stacked with Jimmy G if that's the route I want to take. And then I like Josh Jacobs a lot this week on this 3-game slate. He'll probably be a top option for me. And I plan on pairing him with one of these guys in that other game. If not both of them, we'll see what happens. But I do think Jacobs will be one of my highest owned plays on this little 2-gamer. But that is how I plan on attacking this 2-game primetime slate. If you want to know what all of my plays are, I have notes posted over at SHIPITNation.com. You get every sport with just one price. You can go test out that 5-day trial for only $19. It gets you everything we have to offer except for our Discord. And I think that 4-hour course alone is worth the $19. So go test it out. I think you guys will want to stick around. I will be back next week with another primetime slate breakdown. But if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button for us, it really helps out. Good luck on this short slate. I hope to see some Ship It logos up top. Thanks for listening. Go ship something. We'll see you next week.